Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Deck it quick. While the average man looking at this act like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them hand, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Paranati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. And in case you guys were unaware, we are a Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award recipient for Best AI Analysis Tool. Yes, we were up. There's a ton of AI analysis tools and resources and chat bots or trading assistants that are out there, but none of them can say that they have received the Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. There's the award, was actually just given out last month. My business partner and I in New York City to receive that award. There we are, right up there, up on stage for the Best AI Analysis Tool. Truly changing the game for retail traders and investors by integrating AI technology into the analysis and decision-making to make your lives easier, to help you guys to all make money. But this isn't just about awards. It's about being part of the fastest growing and highest rated premium online education platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everybody here at True Trading Group. Now, you might be wondering who I am and why I should listen to anything it is that I discuss on this channel. It's not because I think that I'm the world's greatest trader. It's because I did not figure this stuff out on my own. I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job out of college, where they had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. Then 2008 happened. And that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. We have over 10,000 members in 115 different countries, truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. I go live multiple times throughout the week on this YouTube channel where myself, other mods, and sometimes even some special guests will come on here, drop some golden nuggets, give you market commentary, analysis, and trade ideas to help you make money. At the end of the day, that's why we're all here. So if you have not yet done so, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you guys never miss out on any of these streams because we're dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis. I just went live the other day, actually, on this YouTube channel. And we started to talk about and prepare for the final 2 weeks of the trading year as the markets sit right near their all-time highs, as Bitcoin makes new all-time highs, the NASDAQ makes new all-time highs, Apple makes new all-time highs, Tesla makes new all-time highs. And we talked about what we expect from this market. And one of the big highlights that we discussed on Sunday's live stream was the Fed meeting this week. And it's all kind of come to a head. We've had a phenomenal start to the week, Monday, and then today, big days for us inside of True Trading Group. Another fantastic trade to the short side on MicroStrategy today, where we have actually been shorting that stock into this Bitcoin rally because of the relative weakness that you've had there. It's been a really big trade for us. This MicroStrategy trade, I actually got originally into this trade on December 5th at $432. We reloaded that position today and then took profits into the 380s. And it's just been a phenomenal rinse and repeat type of trade. And I'm still looking for a little bit more downside on MicroStrategy. It's a very contrarian trade. I know with the Bitcoin rally, everybody's been talking about, MicroStrategy is going to go to $1,000 or $750 or whatever it is. And I have been sitting here saying that MicroStrategy's made a lower high into the face of that Bitcoin rally. And there's a very obvious resistance level at 450 you see drawn on my screen. And if the news of MicroStrategy entering the NASDAQ 100 and news of Bitcoin making new all-time highs and pushing to 108,000 was still not enough to break MicroStrategy through that 450 level. So that's why, to me, I've been saying to myself, when you do actually get a real pullback in Bitcoin, and I don't mean Bitcoin pulls back by 2,000 or 3,000 bucks. I mean, if there's a real pullback in Bitcoin, I think MicroStrategy goes all the way back to the 50-day moving average. It probably goes back to the 320s or 330s. And that's why I've just been continuously shorting the stock every time it pops up over 400 and pushes to the 420s, 430s. I short it and it rolls back down into the 380s, which is right where we are today. And I took profits off today, but I'm still short. And I'm looking for more downside. I'll try to see if I can get a move down into the 360s or 370s tomorrow, and then look for me to kind of take some of that, take more profit off. But my target on this, I'll just draw it out for you guys. There's one support level there at 360. Here's another support level at 350. And then here's the last support level at 320. And these are my targets. Okay, so we had one support level here today that got reached, and we took profits off on that today. And then now these are the next take profit targets that I'm going to be looking for. But you just need to pull back on Bitcoin. Now, listen, I know Bitcoin's been rallying. We were bullish on Bitcoin leading up into the election. I made a very distinct call here in the middle of September to be long Bitcoin, and then we were long MicroStrategy, we were long Coinbase. If you guys have followed this channel for a while, then you know that we entered those trades long MicroStrategy on September 23rd. And then we reloaded that position multiple times on the long, but now it's been time for us to flip that. And we've now been going short since December 5th. And Bitcoin, although I'm bullish on it long-term, nothing goes up in a straight line. The stock's had a massive rally after it broke out of the low to mid 70,000s to make that new all-time high after the election. And I think that, when you do finally get a pullback, I expect MicroStrategy to drop itself back down into this area here. And that is why I'm still on that position. I'm still on that trade short. So we're going to see if we can get this target on the rinse and repeat. Again, shorted it on the 5th, took profit, reloaded, took profit. We'll see if we can get a couple more takes over the course of the next couple of days. Okay, so big day for us there on MicroStrategy. And obviously the biggest trade of the day was Nuke. I know it's Nuck, but we've been calling it Nuke all day inside of chat today, because this was an absolute nuclear bomb. The mother. Boom! Good one, Adam or Joe, whoever just dropped that bomb. Well done. And this was just an absolute monster. The stock is still up 800%. It was up 1,000% earlier today when the thing went to $18 for that high of the day. And it was a big time short squeeze. A lot of our members were able to capitalize on this. And one of the things that we've actually done with our AI tool is we've been building out a lot of these customized scanners and signals through the AI. And one of them that we've recently launched is a short squeeze scanner that goes through, scans the markets based on criteria that I look for in short squeezes, and then identifies a list of stocks that have the highest probability of a short squeeze. And then it will take the top of that list. It takes the top 3 with the highest calculated probability of a short squeeze, and then it will list them for you. And it gives you the reasons and the explanations why that the AI believes that those are the stocks that have the highest chance of experiencing a short squeeze. That's just one of the scanners and one of the tools that our AI has been able to successfully been able to build out and integrate into the platform. Another one being a TT triangle scanner, and Nuke was all over that TT triangle scanner today and the short squeeze scan. And this is just an unbelievable trade. A lot of our members were able to capitalize on this, and there's multiple buy points on this name today. The biggest buy point, there were 2 of the biggest buy points for us today, was a pullback into the 250 area, 275 after the break of the initial morning high. And then you had another one on this flag consolidation, which is the TTG triangle. Okay, now if you guys are new to the channel, you're not a member of True Trading Group, then you obviously have no idea what a TTG triangle is. And that is because it's a term that I completely made up myself. Do not Google or do not go to your charting software and look for TTG triangles. Essentially, a TTG triangle is a very specific variation of the common ABCD pattern when very specific criteria are met It's my favorite chart pattern that I look for. It's got the highest probability of success from chart patterns of my 18-year experience that I look for. And it always gives you phenomenal risk reward. So it's a setup that I've taught all of our members. We look for it every single day. And you got a beautiful TC triangle set up here on NUKK. After the break of the high, heaviest volume of the day, low volume on the pullback, prior high access support, 9 EMA comes up to add to that support, and then the rest is history. And we had a lot of our members who took the trade even earlier than that, around $3 into $2.75. But then the most of them taking that trade right there inside of the TC triangle. And then the rest is history. They just blew up all the way to $12.50 and then continued to squeeze all the way to 17.5. Unbelievable trade today, guys. So just a big congratulations to the entire group today. It was a really great day. NUKK, MicroStrategy, just monsters. Okay, monsters. But that's what happened today. Now let's talk about what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Because what I don't do on this YouTube channel, what I don't do is come on here and act as a Monday morning quarterback. I don't just come on here and tell you this is what I did. I tell you what I am currently doing, and I tell you what I'm going to be doing in the coming days. And there's very specific price action I'm looking for tomorrow. Czar Khan, I see your question. I will not be live on this YouTube channel tomorrow morning. I do not trade live on YouTube. I trade live inside of the True Trading Group platform, along with 8 other professional traders that are moderators at TTG that share their screens, that talk on the microphone, that share all of our trades and our order placements and our order entries and executions with all of our members in real time. I do not trade live on YouTube. That is reserved strictly for members of True Trading Group, all 10,000 of them from 115 different countries. And for those of you that are not able to be in front of your computer during the day, don't stress it. We have a mobile app that's available for members, iPhone or Android. You download it. You stay connected to our chat, even if you are not in front of your computer. So whenever our moderators enter or exit a position, you get a real-time push notification sent to your phone that lets you know that we're in a position or that we're selling out of a position. So 82% of our members have a full-time job, and that's how so many of them are able to benefit from what it is that we do at True Trading Group because of using that mobile app. I don't expect you guys to sit in front of your computer screen all day, every day and stare at charts. I don't. We have a lot of our members that do because they either work from home or their job allows it, or they become full-time traders. But like I said, 82% of our members have a full-time job. So I get it. You're busy. You have other responsibilities during the day. This is not COVID anymore where everybody's just sitting at home. So it's important for you guys to have, the technology and the resources to allow you to trade in a way that suits your lifestyle and suits your schedule so that you guys can take advantage of what, in my opinion, is the greatest market environment that we've ever seen in my life. I've been doing this 18 years. And I'm not just saying that because the market's at all-time highs. I'm saying that because the volatility that is out there, when you look at small caps, mid caps, large caps, crypto, there's opportunity in every single corner of this market. There's opportunities in consumer discretionaries and energy and financials and technology and software. There's opportunities all over the place. And it never used to be that way. If you go back to 2012, 13, 14, 15, you used to have to look for opportunity. I used to have a full-time job. Now I work part-time because of TTG. There's ghost money. There it is right there. That's what I'm talking about. So Ghost Money used to have a full-time job, now works part-time because they're able to make enough money trading that they don't have to work a full-time job anymore. And honestly, if there's anybody that's here that's on this YouTube channel that's not part of the True Trading Group community yet, and I say yet very specifically because you should. And you shouldn't just because I claim to be this amazing trader. I'm a damn good trader. Am I the best trader in the world? No. Do I have a 100% win rate? No. The moderators and I, as a matter of fact, collectively as a group, have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80% now, going on roughly the last 5 years. All of our trading activity is uploaded to the website from our brokerage accounts. Every buy, every sell, every take profit, every stop out, every green, red, break-even trade, all there for you guys to see. We're fully transparent. We are an open book. But that's not the reason why I think you should join True Trading Group. The reason why you should join True Trading Group is actually very simple. Our members are successful and our members make money. I don't just believe that to be the case. You shouldn't believe me just because I say it. You should believe it because that's actually what members tell you. I joined 1 year ago, $1,267 on our membership. Now my full-time job is trading full-time with TTG. There's Chief This, another person who was able to leave their job and become a full-time trader. And it's because our members make money. If you don't believe me, watch this. Members of True Trading Group that are on this live stream with me right now. Okay. Members of True Trading Group that are with me right now. Are you making money? Are you becoming a better trader? If the answer is yes, type the number 1 in chat. Again, very simple. Are you making money? If the answer is yes, type the number 1. If you are a member of TTG, type the number 1. Brandon says, oh, somebody grab that comment for me, guys, from Brandon. Thank you, Joe. Hey, Mike, Shug. I messaged Shug a couple months ago, having overcome a $28,000 deficit over the course of a year. I'm now green, $22,000 just 2 to 3 months later. TTG for life. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Brandon. That is what I am talking about. Brandon was down $28,000 for the last year, joined True Trading Group, and within 2 to 3 months, not only did he make back the 28K, is now in the green, $22,000 in just 2 to 3 months. Congratulations, Brandon. That is what I am talking about. Brandon, I'm just curious, brother, what made the difference? What made the difference, Brandon, if you don't mind me asking? Go ahead, Brandon, if you don't mind me asking. What made the difference for you? That's incredible, man. In just 2 to 3 months, you made back a $28,000 loss, and then you went green. TTG made the difference, Brandon says. I was looking for something more specific, but I'll take that. I'll take that, Brandon. Brandon says TTG made the difference. Hugh says Michael's being rather humble. He is straight up legit successful trader, as are the other moderators. Oh, listen, we are successful traders, right? We are successful traders, but I'm not the person that's going to come on the YouTube channel and say, I'm never wrong, because I'm wrong sometimes. I make losing trades. We all make losing trades. How much starting capital is needed? Honestly, Zarkon, couple hundred bucks. You don't need tens of thousands of dollars to get started. It's a complete misconception. There's specific trading styles and strategies that are conducive for small accounts. I will tell people, when you start with a small account, trade options and use a cash account. And that's how we avoid the PDT rule. And I'll just do this. Czar, I see you're very active and you're engaging on the live stream. I think this is your first time on the channel also. So I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the, the participation. Members, let's do Czar a favor. If you guys started, when you joined True Trading Group, if you guys had less than $1,000 in your trading account, can you just comment in chat? Tell me what you started with, maybe share some information on where are you now today? Like, hey, I started with $500. Now I'm at 5,000 or something like that. Guys, go ahead and comment in chat. Let's help out Czar, a new viewer on the YouTube channel that it seems very interested in joining the community and joining the group. Again, Czar, you're going to be joining 10,000 members from 115 different countries. And it's not just me that leads the way. There's 8 other professional traders that are with you every single day calling out their trades. All right. So guys, again, if you guys started with less than $1,000, just go ahead and comment in chat. Here you go. Read some of them. $1,000, $500, $250. Go Funded Sarah started with just $150. Her account's now over $3,000. Ghost Money says, I started with $500 and I'm paying bills out of my trading account every month. So you can keep reading some of those comments, Czar. I hope that's helpful, but it's a big misconception that you need $100,000 in order to trade. It's just not true. Now, if you want to day trade equities and you want to trade Apple and Microsoft and Tesla equities, then yeah, you need a lot more capital. But if you've only got $500 or something like that, it's okay. You just use a cash account, not a margin account. Use a cash account, and then you trade options, not equities. Okay. Yeah, Czar here. Czar, Czar says you got to run. Czar, do yourself a favor, real quick before you run. If you're interested, send a text message, Czar. You can talk to one of our reps. We can answer any questions that you have. Send a text message, Czar, to 1-888. I'll do something special for you too. I feel like you're really interested in joining. It's the holidays. I'm feeling jolly. Send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. Again, Czar, send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. And we'll answer any questions you have, and maybe we'll do something special for you if you do want to become part of the THD family. And you know what? That goes for anybody else. Anybody else that's on this YouTube channel. If you guys are not members and you guys have questions, let me actually see real quick. How many people are on the YouTube stream right now that are not members? Do me a favor, type the letters TTG in chat real quick. TTG. Just type that real quick in chat if you guys are not members. Do all brokers allow unlimited options trading? Well, it's not unlimited. It's if you guys are using a cash account, you'll only be able to trade with the capital that you have available in your account. But then that cash, okay, clears the next day when you're trading options. We got Richard, we got Michael, we've got T Covenant. Again, that phone number is 1-888-621-2127. Terry Callahan had a 515% profit yesterday. That's absolutely insane. A 515% gain on trade yesterday for my boy Terry Callahan. Absolutely insane. So Nathan, T Covenant, Michael, Richard, Czar. Like I said, guys, just send a text message. Oh, hey, Lana, what's up? Lana Brewster, a.k.a. Mocha Lady, who is someone that I was just talking to in chat the other day, says, I agree. We've got the best moderators. Thank you, Michael. I had a one-on-one with the professor 3 weeks ago, and I have made $10,000 last week and $15,000 this week. I say it's a Merry Christmas for you, Lana. Hell yeah. How about that? A $25,000 profit halfway through the month. I like that. Let's finish the week strong. It's been phenomenal. This is what I'm talking about, guys. It's good for you guys to see from members directly because I can sit up here and say I made $1 bajillion. It doesn't matter because not one of those bajillion is going to go towards paying your bills. What matters is if you make money. That's what matters. And that's why we offer a double your money back guarantee with your trading group based on your P&L. So the way that it works at TTG and T Covenant, again, I'll put that phone number on the screen for you. And again, this is for anybody that wants to send us a text. The phone number to text is 1-888. That's the easy part. 1-888-621-2127. All right, it's right down there at the bottom of your screen. All right, you guys can text that number with any questions. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. I like for you guys to see from members themselves because what matters is your ability to make money. If the moderators and I make a bunch of money, but that does not translate into you making money, then that's a problem because you're not joining to a trading group to just watch other people make money. You're joining so that you can make money. So when you join TTG, we put our neck out there and we say, okay, we believe in this platform that we've created and we believe very strongly in its ability to help you guys reach your goals. So much so that we offer a double your money back guarantee. So the way that it works is actually right now, we're actually running our holiday sale. You guys can get a 60% discount. It brings the price of our membership down to just $847 for the whole year. The membership is normally over $2,000, but you guys can join right now for $847 for the whole year. The way that it works is as follows. You would join now, you pay $847. If you are unable to make enough winning trades to equal what you've paid for your membership, we don't just give you back $847. We give you back double that. Okay, so we would give you back $1,694. How much money do you guys make? A lot is a vague answer. Show some receipts. Man, Pollen, you're so lost, bro. You're so lost. You're never going to be successful. I already know exactly the type of person that you are. You're never going to be successful at this. I can sit up here right now and I can show you an account. It's like, hey guys, I made $10 million. What does that mean to you? Am I going to pay your bills? Am I going to give you money? What matters is are our members able to make money? Not to mention I can sit here and show and pull up what? A photoshopped account statement. What does that matter? You know how easy it is for somebody to show you a fake account statement? That's what you're going to base who you're going to listen and pay attention to. Somebody that shows you an account statement. What you should be paying attention to is, do the people that follow these people make money? That's what you should pay attention to. You want to see my receipts? My receipts are our members making money. And again, members of True Trading Group, I'll ask one more time. If you are making money, type the number 1 in chat right now. It's a very simple, straightforward question. Just go ahead. Go ahead and type the number 1 inside of chat right now if you guys are making money. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. This is what you should pay attention to. That right there. That's what you should pay attention to. It's also not smart from a regulatory standpoint to come on a YouTube channel and say, look, I made $100,000 today, because it's very misleading. And regulatory agencies like the FTC have a problem with that. Because just because I do something does not mean you're going to do it. And I'm not going to come on here and pretend, okay? I'm not going to come on here and pretend like my results are very easily replicated if you just do the exact same thing, because I have a very large account and not everybody else does. I just want to see some results. What other reasons would I pay for a trading service? You pay for a trading service, Paul, to make money. Listen, here you go. Javi made $16,000 in 4 weeks, has grown their account by 65%. That's Javi De La Grande. There you go. Listen, Paul, and I get it. I'm sure you've probably been burned by another group in the past. That's what it seems like. It seems like you probably have joined other groups. This is not your first trading group, and you probably got a real bad taste in your mouth from a bunch of people that are a bunch of furus, pretend like they know what they're talking about. I'm not some kid in a college dorm room that claims to have some special super top secret strategy. I worked on Wall Street, worked at a hedge fund, received a Trader of the Year award. That's my background and that's my education. Now I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. So, why waste time with people that don't get it? I hear you, and yes, it's frustrating, but there's a reason why a lot of people don't get it. But that's why we're here. The reason why a lot of people don't get it is because there's a lot of bad actors in this space. There's a lot of people out there that come on YouTube and pretend like they know what they're talking about, but then you join their community, you join their platform, and you actually don't learn a single thing. They're good marketers, they're not good educators, or they're not good traders. So what matters most, and that's why we offer you a double your money back guarantee, so that anybody that is skeptical, so anybody that is questioning or is uncertain, that you guys have a peace of mind and you guys can hold us accountable. Because if you can't make the $847 membership fee, if you can't make that back at least one time, we're going to give you back $1,694. It's double what you're paying to join us. With the service, when do we get to trade live with your group at True Trading Group? Day one, T Covenant. The moderators and I are live with you every single day from pre-market all the way through into the close. We share our screen. We talk on the mic. You know where our orders are. You know when we're filled, when we're in, when we're out. You download the mobile app if you can't be in front of your computer, and you get the real-time push notification sent to your phone when our orders execute. So when our orders execute, you are notified via push notification in real time, just in case you're not inside of our chat room, or in case you're not in front of your computer, rather. Okay? Last time I joined, they took my money, banned me from the chat room for asking some questions, and ghosted me. That is why, see, this is what I'm saying. I knew it. Paul, and I knew it. I knew you had a bad experience with another group, and I sympathize. I'm empathetic with it, but you're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of our members joined some other group in the past, and now they're with True Trading Group, and they're never leaving. Guys, type the number 2. I'll switch it up. Type the number 2 if you were a part of another trading community in the past and now you found True Trading Group and you're never leaving. Type the number 2 if that's you. Or if you were skeptical of True Trading Group at first and now your only regret is you didn't join sooner. Type the number 2. Paulin, you're not alone. You're not. I totally get it. I totally understand. I get the skepticism. You're not alone. There's a lot of bad experiences. You're not the only one. Look, these are all members of TTG that are telling you, yeah, it happened to me too. I was part of another group and now I'm with TTG. There is a reason why, okay, we are partnered with Benzinga, the NASDAQ, the CBOE, OpenAI, TradingView. All of these companies are partners of ours and data providers of ours. We received the Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. We were invited by the NASDAQ to go to the closing bell of the NASDAQ, and they congratulated us for signing our data partnership and agreement with the NASDAQ, where literally in the middle of Times Square, they put our company logo and our company name right on their billboard screen in the middle of Times Square. Okay, so there's a reason for, there it is. That's the screen, the NASDAQ screen in the middle of Times Square. There's their congratulating True Trading Group. And then there's also my business partner, Adam, and I at the closing bell of the NASDAQ. So I mean, you guys, we're not just some random fly-by-night, company. I mean, we are working with the NASDAQ, with Benzinga, and everything else. So if we were not a legitimate company providing legitimate services and our members were not seeing real results, do you think that these things would be happening? Do you think that these companies, these industry leaders would be tying their name to ours? No. Right? So what you guys have to do is go to ttgoffer.com. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. There's no coupon code needed. You guys can get a full year membership for $847. And then again, the W money back guarantee is on that page. It's in black and white. Go read it. It's right there. So if you can't make enough winning trades to equal the 847 at least one time, okay, we'll give you back $1,694 double. I don't think you need it because our refund rate is less than 2.5%. Donna says, I documented all of my trades the very first week so that I could get a refund if it didn't work. By the end of the week, I voided the refund as I made more than what I paid for True Trading Group in just the first week. This is what I'm saying. Don't listen to me. Listen to members, because that's what matters. Everything you see on ttgoffer.com, guys, everything you see on that page is included for the 847. There's no upsell, hidden cost, or additional fee for anything you see on that page. All those items are included. All of our courses, it's a simplified and expanded upon version of the training that I received when I worked at the fund in New York, Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, trading views charts, the trade idea scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, congressional trading data, short data, 1,000 hours of workshops in our video library, and so much more. All of that is included for 847, no upsell for any of it. All you have to do is go to ttgoffer.com. That's it. Fill out the info, sign up, get your butts in chat, download the mobile app if you can't be in front of your computer, and let's make some damn money going into the end of the year. And let's make 2025 the best year you've ever had. If you haven't been getting the results that you've been seeking this entire time, then it's time for you to start doing something different. And that starts right here, right now. Again, if you have any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. Text that number, or just go right to ttgoffer.com. And again, you got W money back guarantee, which I don't think you need, but it's there for peace of mind. All right. So there you guys go. All right. Now the price of that membership is going up. I want to make sure you guys all understand that. That is our holiday sale. And the way that it works is we believe those who act first should be rewarded. So the cost of our membership during the sale actually goes up over time. It doesn't go down. So if you wait until Christmas, you're going to pay a higher price than what you paid today. If you wait until New Year's, you'll pay a higher price than what you would have paid on Christmas. So our holiday sale is the cheapest it will be right now today, and it will be continuously move higher as we go through the rest of the holiday season. And then come January 1st, you go back to the regular, or January 2nd, rather, go back to the full regular annual membership price. But you guys can get it today for just the $847. All right. So again, that's ttgoffer.com, or text us 1-888-621-2127. All right, folks, let's take things on over to the charts. Let's talk about the SPY, and let's talk about what we got cooking for tomorrow, because tomorrow is kind of a big day. It's Fed day, right? It's Fed day. We're going to find out if the Fed's cutting rates by 25 basis points or not. And it's interesting. You know, it's really interesting because we just got last week a really hot PPI inflation number. So the PPI inflation number last week was really high. And there's concerns here that a lot of pro-growth policies next year, and everyone's getting very bullish, and that inflation might tick back up. That if the economy does too well, inflation starts to rear its ugly head again. And you got this PPI inflation number that was a lot hotter than expected. It wasn't just like a little bit hot. It was a lot hotter than expected. And that had people thinking that maybe the Fed doesn't cut rates in December. Right now, the likelihood is that you're going to be seeing a pause at the January meeting, but still a 25 basis point cut at the December meeting, which is tomorrow. What I think is the most probable result is a 25 basis point cut tomorrow and a no cut in January. That's what I think is probably the most likely scenario. But that was before we got the really hot PPI inflation number. So I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if Jerome Powell does not cut rates tomorrow. I think he is going to cut by 25 basis points because the Fed has done a very good job of kind of like tipping their hand so that the market can kind of price in what's expected so that there's not any real shock to the market and nobody's really surprised. And then you could, this way there's not as much volatility and there's not as much price discovery that needs to take place. There's a very key support level that I'm watching tomorrow. If the Fed meeting tomorrow causes some volatility and the likelihood of rate cuts going forward into next year really starts to pull in, there's something that I'm paying attention to, and I'm going to share that with you now as soon as I welcome Michael to the TTG family. Guys, everybody welcome Michael. Michael's the newest member of the group. So Michael just joined. Guys, again, remember, this is the last day for the 847 price. The price is going to be higher tomorrow and then higher every day there forward until you get to the end of the year. That's the way their holiday sale works. So again, go to ttgoffer.com for the 847 price or text us with any questions. Or if you guys are trial members or you used to be a trial member or you used to be an annual member and you want to come back home, text 1-888-621-2127. We'll help you guys out. All right. But Michael, welcome to the TTG fam. So as we go back on over to the charts, there's a support level that I'm paying very close attention to, and I want this level to be tested. There's a specific price action that if I get it tomorrow, the trade for the rest of the year for me is set up. What I'm looking for tomorrow is volatility off the Fed meeting that goes back and retests this resistance level. So see, you had this resistance level, then we broke above it, and the markets made new all-time highs. This level used to be resistance, now I think becomes support. What I'm looking for is if you get volatility, I don't know what's going to happen necessarily. I don't know what Jerome Powell is going to do. I don't know what he's going to say. I don't come here to try to predict the future and predict what someone's going to say. It's a fool's game. Being a good trader is not about predicting earnings or predicting what Jerome Powell is going to do or predicting economic data. Being a good trader is about identifying high probability situations and putting yourself on the right side of that probability with good risk management over and over and over again. That's what being a good trader is all about. There's not a single trader on earth that can predict the future. So stop trying to, and stop trying to search for a trader that you can follow that could predict the future. It's not about predicting the future. Okay. It's about identifying situations and setups that have a high probability of a 75% likelihood that the stock's going to move higher off of this situation, off of this setup. That's what you look for. That's what we'll teach you. We'll teach you what does that look like? What does a 75% probability setup look like? What does a 65% probability setup look like? What does a 50-50 look like? And you avoid the 50-50s at all costs. Don't ever put yourself in a 50-50 situation. If you want 50-50, go to Vegas, put your money on red or black. And even then, it's not 50-50. I'm not in this for 50-50. I'm not in this for gambling. I'm not in this for guessing. I'm in this to play the highest probability hand that I could find. A lot like poker that way. Poker is about probability. It's not about predicting what the next card is going to come out on the table. It's about understanding probability and understanding when to push because probability is in your favor and when to pull back because probability is not in your favor. I'll teach you guys how to identify that kind of stuff. What I'm looking for in the overall market is a increase in volatility possibly tomorrow that tests this level. If we can pull back in and test this level and then recover, that is going to be a screaming buy for me. So if you get a candle that looks something like this tomorrow, where the market opens up tomorrow relatively flat, we just kind of chill out, Fed meeting, and then we drop with the Fed meeting. That level holds on the announcement of the rate decision, whether it's a 25 basis point cut or no cut. And then Jerome Powell's press conference begins at 2:30. The announcement is at 2 o'clock. The press conference is 2:30. And during the press conference, Jerome Powell makes his statement. He answers questions. He calms the markets, and then the market recovers, and you put in a candle that looks something like this. If you get a candle that looks something like this tomorrow, then the trade for the rest of the year, in my opinion, is set up for a Santa Claus rally going into the end of the year that actually takes you to a new all-time high if you get this price action tomorrow. So I'm being very specific with you because I want you to understand, if I get that price action, just know that I am bullish going into the end of the year and I am long-minded. We're going to be buying pullbacks and we're going to be selling on extensions into strength. We're not going to be looking for shorts. Okay? So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Now, the flip side of that, if this level is completely violated and broken and confirmed broken the very next day, meaning you break underneath this level, close underneath it, and trade underneath it the following day. So if you get a candle that looks like this, and then the very next day, another candle that looks like this, then that's a confirmed break of that level. So you want to be very cautious of what looks like a broken level. And then the very next day, you get a gap up, and that then brings the level back into play with a bullish Harami candle formation. And then that also would give you the long signal going into the end of the year. So we're looking for long signals off of this 600, 601, whether that be a bullish Harami, which is this candlestick formation that I drew on my screen for you here, or the hammer tail candle formation that I drew for you previously. So this would be a bullish Harami, strong red candle close, followed by a small green day with a gap up the next day, back above the level. That's a bullish Harami. Or a hammer tail, which would look something like this, which is what I drew out for you just a few minutes ago, and I'll draw it for you guys again. And then there's your hammer tail. So either one of those candle formations over the course of the next 2 days is a buy signal for me, and we're looking for then a Santa Claus rally into the end of the year. Okay? So if you get either one of those situations, now you guys know the deal. All right? So that is going to be our game plan for tomorrow's Fed meeting. And we will see what Jerome Powell says. We'll see what Jerome Powell does. We'll see what happens with Bitcoin overnight. Like I said, I'm still short MicroStrategy. I shorted MicroStrategy on the 5th at $432. I added to that position. I took profits into the 360s last week. And I've reloaded that position today. And we've taken profits off into the 380s. And I'm still short. I'm going to look to take more profits off down in the 360s. All right. So that's my setup there for MicroStrategy. Does anybody have any questions? If you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask. Anybody have any questions on maybe the overall markets, my thoughts on the Fed, Santa Claus rally, crypto, MicroStrategy? Food is here. Anybody have any questions? What level is that? That level on the SPY is like 600 to 601 is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for like 600 to 601 on the SPY. You do have support at 602, but I think you can stretch this thing all the way down to 600 and still be within play. What are my thoughts on NVIDIA? NVIDIA has entered correction territory. I think NVIDIA probably bounces from this area. I actually did my live stream on Sunday. If you guys recall, I did a live stream on Sunday and I said to you guys, look for a pullback into the 100-day moving average, which is the purple line, and then look for NVIDIA to bounce from there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm kind of thinking you might get something like this on NVIDIA. So you dropped into support, and I'll draw it out for you guys. Here's your support level, right? Previous resistance, support, support. And then there's the 100-day moving average to add support. It's the purple line. You tailed into it today and then recovered. I think you get a little bit of a bounce back. I think you probably see NVIDIA back to like 133, maybe 134 tomorrow. It just depends on what we're going to see with the Fed meeting tomorrow. So again, there is the outlier tomorrow with the Fed meeting that could obviously change a lot of the analysis and a lot of price action and price movements. Tested at 500. I think 500 probably acts as a little bit of a magnet for Tesla. I think the stock is starting to run out of a little momentum. It's extremely overbought. It's a 90 RSI. So I do think the stock is getting a little parabolic. I'm actually probably going to try to short it if it gets to 500. I don't recommend that for inexperienced traders. It's a hero trade, which means, low probability, but high risk reward. So it's like one of those trades where the probability of it working is not very high, but if it does work, it's going to be a big win. And you just adjust your position size for that. I think the $500 is a beautiful number. It's very overbought. Momentum could take you into 500. But if I see like 500, 501, 502, I'll probably try it short for a $10, $12, $15 pullback. And then, and probably, I'll risk probably up to like 510 and just try to get your pullback that takes you back to like 460, 470. And, look for a 3-to-1 risk reward on that trade, maybe more. What about MSTR news, the long term based on? So here's my thing about MicroStrategy. I guess I'm bullish MicroStrategy because I'm bullish Bitcoin long term. But I have a concern with MicroStrategy, not necessarily like right this second, but MicroStrategy is extremely leveraged with their Bitcoin position. And Michael Saylor like openly and like proudly talks about how leveraged they are with Bitcoin. If you actually had a significant pullback in Bitcoin, which we know Bitcoin does, when does that happen? I don't know. But you guys have all seen Bitcoin go down 20, 30, 40%, and then rally 100%, and then go down 20, 30, 40%, and then rally. It's Bitcoin. It's the most volatile asset there is. So although it's experiencing a beautiful bullish run right now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to pull back again at some point. And when that happens, I'm a little concerned about how leveraged MicroStrategy is and what they're going to have to do to meet on all that leverage if they get I don't know. It's concerning to see them so highly leveraged on such an incredibly volatile asset. It works wonders when the asset goes up. It's an amazing way to compound your profits and just make more and more and more money and continue to buy more and more and more Bitcoin. But when Bitcoin goes down, which it will again at some point, that's going to be a bad thing. And if they're still positioned that way and they don't do something to offset that or to hedge that position, that could be a problem. And what you would see then at that point is you would see MicroStrategy, the stock, take a nosedive while Bitcoin pulls back. MicroStrategy would pull back in a far greater and more aggressive manner if Bitcoin were to actually pull back. And when I say pull back, I don't mean like, Bitcoin went from 105,000 to 102,000. That's not what I mean. I mean, like if Bitcoin made a new all-time high of 108 and then it pulled back to 75, right? If you get a pullback like that, which is entirely possible because the low to mid 70s is the previous breakout point. And do not be surprised when that level gets tested. I think this level will be tested. And I'll draw it out for you. There it is. That level was the breakout. That was your previous resistance. That was your all-time high. This level right there. You broke that out and you've run away from it. You can't tell me that you don't see any way or any scenario or any world where Bitcoin goes back to here and then retest that level holds support, and then you continue higher from there. I do think that that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen right now, but at some point, I think you're going to see Bitcoin back in the 80s. And what does that do to MicroStrategy stock if and when that happens. So I think if you're bullish on MicroStrategy, you have to be prepared to hold through incredible periods of volatility, just like you have to with Bitcoin, right? You have to hold Bitcoin to 30K, then back to 5K, and then up to 60 something K, and then down to 15K, and then back to 60 some K, and then down to 30K, and then up to 75K, and then back to 50K, and then up to 108K. You're going to have to hold through those periods of volatility if you want to be involved in Bitcoin. Plain and simple, period. And I think you better get used to that in MicroStrategy, because MicroStrategy continues to correlate itself to Bitcoin by continuously adding to their Bitcoin position. And MicroStrategy told you, I'm never going to stop buying Bitcoin. So their position is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Right now, they own over 2% of the entire Bitcoin supply. That number is only going to continue to increase as they continue to buy and buy more and more and more and more and more and more and more. So they will become more and more and more correlated to Bitcoin. But with that leverage on the position, it leaves them susceptible if and when there's a severe pullback in Bitcoin. But if you're bullish long-term, you take advantage of that excessive sell-off to then buy the stock when the stock goes down. Whenever that happens. I'm short the stock right now. So we'll see. What do we got? What else we got, guys? Any other questions? Thoughts on Micron? My thoughts on Micron. For me, Micron just huge resistance level up here at 114. You know, it's just a huge level here. And this level was this previous little pivot support level there. And then you've got, you know, all of this resistance, this triple top here is tough, right? This triple top here is tough. So I think, you know, you're going to have to gap above it in order for me to look for this play for a long. You got to gap above it. I'm not willing to go long into that level. I think you've got to gap above it and clear it in order for us to think about a long there on Micron. Thoughts on AMD as a buy right now? So yesterday, I actually bought some shares for my daughter in her custodial account at 125. So right where the stock is currently at. I bought it at 125 on AMD. It was her first purchase of AMD shares. AMD has been very weak this year compared to NVIDIA and Broadcom and the likes of the others. I still like AMD for the long term. I own AMD for many years. I've owned it. I own it at much lower prices. But I did just buy the first purchase for my daughter, who is 4.5 months old. She just bought some shares of AMD. I do think AMD goes lower next year. But this is one of my buy points for AMD was the 120s, and it's because of the level you see on my screen. So here is one major level. So when that level is reached, we buy some shares. And then the next major level that I'm looking for is going to be down here around 100. And my next purchase would be if AMD was to get itself down to here. I'm talking about for my daughter. So, you know, my daughter just purchased some AMD right here. And then that's where I'll buy more inside of her account at that $100 level. So if you don't own any AMD, I do think this is a decent spot to take a nibble, but save some powder because I think you see lower prices next year. Do I hold Taiwan Semi long-term? I do. I hear you talking about it yesterday that someday they could meet semi-chip demand. Yes. So one of the things that I am looking for, one of my signals, because I think that you might have a little bit of a rocky road for semiconductors next year. And the signal for that, for me, will be the following. And I'm going to share you guys, you know, some macro insight. The thing about these semiconductors is that the demand for these chips is so incredibly high and the supply cannot keep up, right? The companies that manufacture these semiconductors, like a Taiwan Semi, which is the largest chip manufacturer in the world, they're not able to keep up with the demand for NVIDIA's high-end chips. So now NVIDIA's got the Blackwell chip, and they're talking about how high the demand for the Blackwell chip is. And Jensen Huang said he sees, you know, them not being able to meet demand for several quarters. If that's not true, like the day that Taiwan Semi says, hey, NVIDIA, great news, we finally could meet the demand. That's not a good thing. That's actually, in my eyes, a sell signal, because that means that supply has caught up with the demand, which would signal a slowdown in that demand growth, the rate of growth on the earnings of these chip companies, which has been unbelievable the last 2 years. Not to say that the companies stop growing, but the rate in which that earnings growth occurs slows. And that then starts to mean that some of these chip stocks are expensive if the growth rate's not there. Then I think you see profit taking in the semiconductor space that takes down AI stocks, that takes down tech stocks, that takes down the overall market. I think you see at some point a correction next year in the overall market that gives you a pullback somewhere around that 8 to 10% range. And then that's a buyable pullback as investors take profits in semiconductors and look for increasing and accelerating earnings growth rates, which I think you're going to be able to find in software stocks, companies like ServiceNow, Salesforce, Datadog, Oracle, Snowflake. These are just a couple of software names that I like for next year. And a lot of these names I already own, but I like them for next year, as you might start to see earnings accelerate in the software space. If you look at the last couple of months, software has actually outperformed semiconductors by a large margin. So if I take you to the IGV, right? If I take it to the IGV and I'll actually overlay, let me actually do this. No, I put it down there. I won't overlay because then I have to scale it for you. So I'll just show you separately because then I have to scale it. So let me just show you the semiconductor ETF. Here's the SMH, right? This is the semiconductor ETF. Now, as you can see, the semiconductor ETF topped out in July. You double topped in July, then you pulled back, and then you've been making lower highs as you have this resistance over here around 260 as you bounce off the 200-day moving average, right? So you're seeing now a lower high, right? So you guys see that with the semiconductor ETF. Then let's compare the semiconductor ETF to a software ETF. You tell me which one has outperformed. So when you look at September, October, November, December, you have made consecutive new highs on the IGV, which is a software ETF. And these are new all-time highs. So you just broke out of a massive cup and handle pattern. This is as clean of a cup and handle pattern as you guys are ever going to find. So you have the massive uptrend, then you have the big cup, then you have the handle, then you have the breakout, then you have the retest of the breakout, then you have the extension follow through. This is a very powerful technical breakout. Any pullback on the IGV over the course of next year that takes you anywhere near 90 is a buy. This is a very clean breakout that I think holds. And I think that the closer the IGV gets to 90, the more you have to consider looking for longs. And this is part of the reason why I'm very bullish on software names going into next year and the year after that, and the year after that, because of this recent breakout on the IGV. So I think you got to be paying attention. You got to be looking here at these software names. But that's what one of the triggers I'm going to look for with regards to Taiwan Semi is, when is it time, I think, to take profit and to sell some of those semi stocks? It's the day Taiwan Semi says we finally could meet the demand for NVIDIA's high-end chips. Because NVIDIA's high-end chips are the highest demand chip in the entire market. So the second that the demand for that chip or those chips, the supply could meet it, that's going to be a warning sign to investors. They're going to take profit. They're going to look for growth elsewhere. Now, that doesn't mean you bail on semiconductors and sell all of your NVIDIA and run for the hills. That just means you're going to have a buying opportunity, that I don't feel like you need to chase these stocks at these prices, that I think at some point next year, you're going to get these semiconductor names at cheaper prices. And when nobody wants them, that's when you buy them, right? That's the problem, though, with retail investors mostly. They wait for the stocks to go up 500% and they go, oh, NVIDIA is doing really well. I should buy NVIDIA. You should have bought NVIDIA in 2022 when the stock was down 60%, not after it's been up 1,000, right? Wait for the pullbacks when nobody wants them. That's when you buy them. I think you'll get an opportunity next year. We'll see if I'm right. Right? We'll see if I'm right. But that that day ever comes when Taiwan Semi says that, to me, that's a sell signal on the semis, and I will be short stocks like NVIDIA and other semiconductors. I'll be short those names if and when that happens. What are my thoughts on quantum computing stocks, many of which are heating up the market recently? It's way too early for those stocks. So these quantum computing stocks are, in my opinion, a lot like the electric vehicle stocks, a lot like cannabis stocks, a lot like 3D printing stocks, in the manner of these are sectors that got a lot of hype, a lot of excitement, but way too soon. I'm very bullish on quantum computing in the long term, but it's very early for that industry. And you have stocks like QUBT, which is in the middle of a short squeeze, which was actually the number one on our, I told you guys earlier that our AI has a short squeeze scanner. QUBT was the number one ranked probability of a short squeeze on our short squeeze scanner that our AI generates. Okay. And as we're sitting here, QUBT is making a new high. The stock's up 62% just today alone. But when you take a look at this stock and you take a look at what this stock has just done, this was a $1.50 stock a month and a half ago. Do you understand that? It is now at $19, $18 now, new high. This is not a chart of a stock that I want to buy now. Okay. This is not when you want to buy the stock. This stock is as extended and parabolic as it gets. I do like these stocks long term, but in my opinion, it is too early. And just like stocks like NIO went parabolic in 2020, and then just like stocks like Rivian went parabolic in 2021, and just like cannabis stocks went parabolic in 2020, and just like 3D printing stocks went parabolic many years ago, it's too early for the industry. The industry is not developed enough. There's not as much of a use case for the quantum computing to where these companies are going to be able to turn a profit anytime soon. So it's all speculation. It's all hype. It's all excitement. Eventually that excitement, that hype will fade. Eventually these stocks will pop. They will all come back down to close to where they've came from. And then the industry will have a chance to mature and develop over the next several years. And then those stocks will become really good long-term investments. I just think it is way too early for people to be diving into these stocks. They treat them as a trade. I don't think they're really good long-term investments right now. I think they will be. Okay. So wait for these stocks to return back to the mean, like QBTS is another one, right? Like these stocks are going absolutely crazy. I do believe they will come back down to earth. Over the course of the next couple weeks, couple months, I do think these stocks come back to earth. I think if you buy QBTS at $10, you're going to be really disappointed a couple months from now. I think if you buy QUBT at $21, you're going to be very disappointed a couple months from now. And you're going to end up holding these positions for many, many years. This is my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. You're going to hold these positions for many, many years until they get back to your break-even point, and you're going to have dead money sitting there for a couple of years while the quantum computing industry evolves and matures and gets to a point where these stocks have even a chance of growing into the valuations that these companies and these stocks are trading at right now. It's all excitement. It's all hype. And it's speculation. It's not real book value fundamentals and earnings growth and all of that. So eventually I think this bubble pops. Let these stocks come back to earth and then buy them when no one's talking about them. Don't buy them when everyone's talking about them. That's my opinion. All right. So again, folks, that's ttgoffer.com. That is ttgoffer.com. If you guys have not yet done so, go grab that $847 price point while you still can. All right, go grab that $847 price point before the price goes back up. And if you have any questions, send a text message, 1-888-621-2127. Phone number is right down there at the bottom of your screen. If you guys have any, way to go, Ron. Ron made $2,100 on the NUKK short squeeze today, thanks to TTG. Way to go, Ron. I love that. Way to go, Ron. I believe that's purple in chat. Username purple in chat, if I'm not mistaken. So, Ron, congratulations, man. Nice day. $2,100 thanks to NUKK. Well done. You guys want to start taking advantage of the action and join in on the fun, go to ttgoffer.com now. You got the W money back guarantee to give you peace of mind. I don't think you need it considering our refund rate is less than 2.5%. But if you can make enough winning trades to equal the $847 price point, we'll give you back $1,694. All you have to do is go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group. We do study groups every week. Do those things. If you're unable to make enough winning trades to equal the 847, we'll give you back $1,694. Text us with questions, 1-888-621-2127. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your night, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys feel better prepared for the Fed meeting tomorrow. There's a lot riding on this Fed meeting. We'll see if we do, in fact, get that price action on the SPY that we're looking for. And if we do, we'll jump all over it, right? So members, get your butts in chat. Be ready. Be logged in on the mobile app. The announcement is at 2 o'clock Eastern. The press conference is 2:30. I'll be giving you guys the live analysis inside of chat. We'll also let the AI tool break down and give you the live analysis because the AI tool can read through that way faster than a human can and give you guys the analysis so we know exactly what we're looking for. If we're bullish, we're bearish, we're hawkish, we're dovish. We'll go through all of it tomorrow with you guys live. If you have not yet done so, smash that like button, show some love, turn on your notifications, folks. Make sure you never miss out on any of these lives. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great night, folks. Take care.